Hello everyone, good morning. I hope all are you well, fit and fine. So yesterday I didn't take preparation, that's why I couldn't make video. What I said yesterday, I didn't take preparation, that's why I couldn't make video. Today I have come now above the bridge. This is my classroom. Always I say this is my classroom. So my dear friends, always try to understand what is speaking others people, and any sentences try to repeat, then you can understand better. So today's topic will be some incidents today I will share with you, and how to do practice better, so about English language. So my dear friends, this is Mockers Education, and Mockers Education always gives you new thoughts and idea how to you develop your thinking and thinking from English speaking. So why I say English speaking is very, very important. That's why we all are people in this people English language. Why I say English language? Yesterday I found one thing. If I say this language, which country's mother tongue native, which country's I say, what is your mother tongue? I will say my mother tongue is Bengali. If I say to you, which country's mother tongue is English language, what you will say? What will be your answer? What you will say? What will be your answer? You couldn't say. Because of that, English language is not any other country's mother tongue. English language is not any other country's mother tongue. Because of that, how it came in our world. English language is so. That's why I say many people in this language so very, very similar words, similar meaning. So that's why some England is this language start from England, and so how? So this language made by Romans, Denmark, Norway, and Australia, other countries, some of France, Spain, France, Paris, 7 or 8 countries people, when they enter the England, they this language made by them. Because of they only use this language. They used to use this language with our revolution of our factory revolution. When it grows, then there would say this language, they used to speak with this language. So in this ancient time, we couldn't know, we cannot understand this language made by, and yesterday I said which country's language of mother tongue of this language, English language. So English is not any country's mother tongue. So that's why English language is very so complicated and like this. If I say to you strong means strong. Also, how to say strong means something strong. You are very strong. If I say you are very powerful, and how it came like this. Date, some words dated, some day we are indicate to date, and some of date, some fruits, dates means some fruits. Then you can understand date means khezur. So this type of, yesterday also I found that like the students, pupil, and teacher, mentor, teacher, mentor, and so some of similar words, but people they do not understand how these are similar words came, and all our words came from any other countries, and then after it will join. So these things is very nice and interesting. But some of very interesting English language history yesterday I read. So now just do it. Okay, that's why we couldn't understand. This language is a very interesting language. Okay, now I will give you some ideas how do you develop and how do you understand. If you understand, if you want to know, if you want to know, you better understand, then I will say to you, you have to do read, must. Without reading, you cannot develop this language. This language is so complicated language. I also nowadays also I'm very feel happy today. I know this language secrets of this language secret, English language secrets. But this language is so difficult language. There's also so many countries people. This language made by many countries people. Like this, you can say, like every sentences you can say other way. Every sentences when you will think what, like also some people. I also thought before. Just if I know this grammar rules, and I can speak easily if I know these grammar rules. But I will say to you, my dear friends, it is not the answer correct. But nowadays also I know you have to read must. Any, not like this, any countries people, there are so many stories, their history you have to know. Then after you can develop this language and you can change your mindset, you can change your culturing activities. Like this I say here, culturing, what not culture, your culture activities. So that's why English language so very complicated language. I know. Before I all time I would say my students, do you know this language is very complicated, but no people say to us why English language is very complicated language. So this language made by, and also first book name was also when Shakespeare's were born. Shakespeare was born in our world, in our earth. Then Shakespeare's had written so many poems, many stories, many dramatic stories also, and that's why Shakespeare's like this some discovered Shakespeare discovered some words. So English language very interesting language. Today also we can write, this language called by official language in our country, but you cannot change these rules. So many people also came like this, our prime minister, like this prime minister also cannot change this rules regulation. These rules made by our all over the world people, but this is our social. It may be, it can be not, it may be social social rules regulation. But my dear friends, this interesting, this idea also very, this not this thing, this thing's very interesting, and I also couldn't speak. That's why I try to speak. I am trying to speak this language. I am also practicing this language. I always try to speak with them, but some people will say to me, "Sir, I did not understand." You did not understand. Uh, I I couldn't understand. I couldn't. I didn't. I couldn't. I couldn't understand what you were saying. I am saying it is my own way. Some of us also yesterday said everyone everyone has a thing one thing. Everyone was there has a speaking style. You you have a do you know you have a speaking style. I have a speaking style. Which are words? Which are sentences we are using? Which are sentences I am using in my words in my speaking time? But you couldn't say this like this. Me, you couldn't say. So you cannot say. You don't say. Not you couldn't say. You cannot say. You what is this? You you don't say. You don't say. But you think. Think means you have to think first which are sentences you are using, which are sentences but your mother tongue. First you uh, first you understand in your mother tongue. First you understand with your mother tongue which are words always you are using in your words. All are words you are using in your words. Then after you will think which are sentences you needable. That's why also English language also this type of uh, like this. Just I today also I said some words English language mother tongue. Now I will say again how it came in our world English language, how it came in our world, and which country's mother tongue English language, which country's mother tongue of the language. If I say English language of the English language, which country's mother tongue of the English language? And can you say? Who can say? Raise your hands. So no one can say. I would say before this language American or British, but it is not British mother tongue. It is not American mother tongue. It came from our many countries people. This language made by many countries people. They are put all time after 50 years 100 years they all time get together. They would do work together. This time like this, some of people, if I say this is our northeast India, so there are also 7 states in our country like this: Assam, Manipur, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, Tripura, like this. Now you understand what is happening in our state like this Tripura. We are live how many kinds of people, like this Tripura, Tripura, like this Khagborok, like what is it, Deburma, and Manipuri, and Muslim, Hindu, like this Bengalian. All are people. We lived together in this country, in these states. And you if I do something new things, if I open some factory revolution, if I do, then all of people will work in my factory like this. If I say English language, then I will use English language. So they will say, sir, I want to know this language. I want to learn this language. Is very, very interesting language. I want to learn. But do you know, some people will say to you, okay, some of people they some people, and we all are people, will, when we will say together their language, this language, they are speaking Assamese and Assamese style, but our alphabet is same. Like this, in Assam people are also, they are using, like we say Bengalian alphabet, they will say Assamese alphabet, like this, similar. This words also similar, but our pronunciation, our speaking style is not same. Their speaking style and our speaking time, speaking words, they are some different. So my dear friends, understand, first you understand why English language is so complicated, why I said before, but you have to think with your what will say. So, and now also I will say to you one of thing, how do you develop your speaking skill. If I say to you, just what will say, how you can develop, how you can speak continuously, that's why you can find out some of words will come to in your mind. So now I will say, I also forget some words, then I will share with you some stories. One of guys, he came from like where, when we want to speak this language, our accent style is like a Bengalian, then Bengalian style will come from our mouth, but English language is so very fast language, you have to think very fast, but then your needable words, your needable things, you have to understand. Then okay, and storytelling is very important. You can learn story, any of sentences you can say. If now also remember one of sentences you can try to speak now. That's why I do practice regularly. Okay, then I will take return. If I say I will take return, I have to go return. What will say? I have to go return. Okay. Now, as you can see, this place is very nice and interesting. That's why I come here always. This place is very, very cool and peaceful place. That's why I come here. So, my dear friends, understand what I am saying, and let's start. So now, so one thing I will say to you, I want to say to you one thing. How do you, like our topic is, my topic is today's, I said I will say to you about English language, how it came. Already I said before, this language came from England, but not their mother tongue. But not this language was not their mother tongue. English language came from England, and England's also some, what will say, England people, they also after day by day they create their revolution time. So many countries people, they would go and they would come, they would go and they would come to in this country's England. This is called this Britain also, and they are old. They did was they used to their alphabet was like ABC. This is alphabet, but their sound was their pronunciation was their words also words speaking styles was different. But their speaking style, their words, they would say many languages, but they would say their mother tongue. But this language is similar. They like this. That's why then after revolution, when the factory thinking started. Factory means some people would job in a place. This is called factory, and this is called factory. Then this language creating by day by after day by day. So I put here some, they put here some, they put here something, some words. That's happening. The people would do. That's why this language create. Like my dear friends, now I think you understand my thinking. I'm also trying to speaking. So I read, but I also couldn't speak properly. I couldn't. I cannot speak properly, but I'm trying to speaking to you what's happened before ancient previous. So if I say some of like this, Pablo Picasso was an artist. Some of guys yesterday, some of guys say to me, do you know first scientist who is, and he said Jagadish Chandra. That Jagadish Chandra, first scientist is who? Leonardo da Vinci. You don't know. You have no your knowledge, but we read in our history, in art culture. Art culture also make history. But my dear friends, my dear audience, my dear all are art lover, and I want to say to you, like English language is very nice. It is not for other countries' mother tongue. It is not their mother tongue. It is not my mother tongue. It is not. So this is very interesting. Yes or not? Oh. But we don't know. Some people also they don't know. But I know this language, how it came in our world, not say in our states. So these things is very nice and interesting. Just wait. Like I want to try one of Naikos. Remember one name I said, Pablo Picasso. Which are things I know about Pablo Picasso? Like this is name also. I know. All are we know Pablo Picasso is an artist. Pablo Picasso was an artist. Now, how do you describe Pablo Picasso's painting? Also, I know Guernica and Damoiselle d'Avignon and Leonardo da Vinci. Famous painting name is Mona Lisa, and Mona Lisa made by Leonardo da Vinci, you can say. So which year this painting made by Leonardo da Vinci? And if I say Pablo Picasso's paintings, and we know this like some Vincent van Gogh and Paul Gauguin, which are paintings they create, and they like this Pablo Picasso. Okay, now I'm trying to describe to you Pablo Picasso. Also, before when I was in college, then I always read Pablo Picasso was very nice and interesting, and what happened in this painting and why he was very famous with for this painting. For this painting, so Pablo Picasso was a great artist. If I say Pablo Picasso was an not was a great artist, and you can believe I'm saying to you, but when you will believe this about these paintings, if I say these things is very great, and how and when you will believe, then you and I also many people would say Pablo Picasso. So then I start to study. Then I started about. Then I started studying about Pablo Picasso's paintings. So many paintings I have seen in book, not live, not live. So this painting also now Guernica, one of painting I know. This Guernica, when it is made, when it was made. If I say when it was made, then you can say. But some of people say you're okay. There are no. First, I will say some of Dora Maar and Pablo Picasso's lifestyle. Pablo Picasso's father was an artist, and so father was a school teacher. Like this, if I say Pablo Picasso's father was a school teacher, Pablo Picasso's father was an artist, you can say. And in child, when Pablo Picasso was child, and he didn't go to school, art school. Yes, he uh, had gone. He had gone to art school. But what happened in the school? After some days later, he lived. He lived this. Live or lived? What? Live. Live this school. But his life story is very, very interesting, and he, what will say, he married, and then after how this how in our environment changed, this his life also was changed. His life also was changed like wind. So he marries four women. If I say not, they came in his life, but after they what to say, they couldn't understand this creativity. Pablo Picasso was a great Indian, not Indian, Spanish artist. He came from Spain and saw lots of painting. Also, Pablo Picasso did. Like also, I'm also speaking to you, my dear friends. Just to what will say, just you focus on your goal, on your what to say. Before also I couldn't, but I will make some video which years, which places, and these are things also you knowing things, but you can say everything. But who was Leonardo da Vinci? Leonardo da Vinci, you know, name this Leonardo da Vinci, and what he did. What he did, Leonardo da Vinci, try to say something about his life. If I say Rabindranath Tagore, you know Rabindranath Tagore, and try to speak, and everything you can say with these words, on which are sentences come, just to try to understand, try to speak. You, but after reading, you will say properly. But without reading, which are sentences come to in your mind? Without, like this Rabindranath. If I say to you, Rabindranath Tagore was a great poet, was a great poet in our countries, India, and Rabindranath Tagore had written so many had written so many poems. Rabindranath had written so many songs like this. Rabindranath Tagore also, uh, what is the Janagana Mana? What what you know, which things are just to try to speak like this. Also, I know this Rabindranath Tagore. What will happen? But I am trying to say you now. You first I'll say, sir, I don't say about, I cannot say about Rabindranath Tagore. Understand, my dear friends, my dear, just to say Rabindranath Tagore, who was, who was, who was he? If I say who was he, তিনি কে ছিলেন? Who was he? If I say he, who was he? Who was he? Try to understand. Who was he? He was a great poet, and he got Nobel Prize in our country's first. This time also, like this, everything like this. Vivekananda also, I know. Vivekananda also, what will say, monk. There, Vivekananda was a monk, you can say, and we go, and I also had gone in Belur Math place. Then Vivekananda's, what is this? I'll say like this, mentor was Ramakrishna. Mentor was Ramakrishna Dev. So Ramakrishna's mentor was our goddess Kali. So like this, you can say anything, everything. What you don't know, it is not the fact. Just to try to speak. If I say, well, like this, Udaipur, like how far kilometer from our house, Agartala, how far? Like I will say to you 50 kilometers, okay? So 50 kilometer from far, 50 kilometer far from the Agartala. So like this also, and why and why people will come in Udaipur? Why people will come in Udaipur? You can say. So why there is a temple? This temple name is like Tripurashwari Mandir. Today I will say to you important things. Important things means you can say anything, my dear friends. Today's class will be very nice and interesting. If I say Udaipur, now also remember, just you remember anything you can say. You try to speak some words with any sentences, any words, any sentences you try to speak. So like this, if you say, if I say like some describe to some about Udaipur, why you will go Udaipur, and there was a temple. This temple is made by Bir Bikram Kishore Manikya. This temple is made by Bir Bikram Kishore Manikya, and we do worship there. We do puja in this temple. This temple location is very fantastic. When we go there, then we also feel like good. But this temple's peras also para like this. They're made by some milk and what is dough, and dough means some, what is maida English, I don't know. So they dough, they make some peras, and these are peras very tasty. And I always, when I go, I also buy, I try to buy some peras. Okay, my dear friends, just you remember things which are things you can say everything. Also I will say to you, I am saying to you, you can say everything. So how many artists I know, how many artists name I know, just I will to explain. Like this, Cezanne, Van Gogh, Rembrandt was very a fantastic artist. Rembrandt was an artist, and I also become an artist. So Rembrandt painting is very nice. And how many paintings I remember, how I can understand to you. If you don't see, his painting, how you can understand? So Rembrandt light and shade is very interesting. Rembrandt always always thought these ideas. So in our past times, English language also, you can say anything, but you cannot say you if you don't say, if you don't think, you will think. Some of videos I yesterday I saw one of videos very interesting. She said us, when you go others near, when we go near others people, then our mouth doesn't work, our brain doesn't work. And what's happened? But first you'll say, what will say, you don't know. Then okay, now some of many people, so they will say, I know, mess. And this language is so interesting language. So how many artists you know? But I know some of artists. When I will say to this, like this Rembrandt, if you say to me, sir, tell me about Rembrandt life, but I couldn't say nothing. But which are things I know, I can say to you. Understand? So this type of I also couldn't speak before this, like words I couldn't use this, but I try to speak something about this language. So how many people in our how so many many kinds of people also, they are creating their own things, but I am creating my things. That's why also, and that's why English language is so very interesting language. You can use these tools like English language. You can use this language, and every situation, every moment, you try to speak this language. I have to buy like this my old glass. Before I lost my glass, today I will buy. Today is not. After 2 or some days, I will buy another glass. So my dear friends, today's video I have to finish here, and I will make another video. And I think also today's video topic is some interesting. That's why I will say. So people will say to you anything. People will say to you anything. People will do to you anything, but you don't react with them. People will throw stones at you, but you don't throw them back. You collect and you build an empire. Because I say before, you also can understand what I say. When these are words very common, when some people, when they cross by me, then I use these words automatically. So my dear friends, today I also finish my morning walk, then I will make another video, and bye bye.